Okay, now that you've seen how it's unfolded, I'll show you how it's stored after your flight. This is the other bag that I want to, the new bag, if you will, that I want to put this chute in. It conforms better to the huge 500 square foot footprint that this chute has. That's an old chute bag that I got from another smaller chute, a 420 square foot one, and it's just kind of a tight fit and kind of a pain in the ass to stuff in there. So we're going to get rid of that, and here's what I do after the flight. If you're lucky, when you land, and you always want to land into the wind, the chute will kind of lay out like this on the runway or on the grass. That's not always the case. Whatever the case, you want to make sure that the lines, when you gather them up, are not tangled. You want to make sure that you can stuff the chute back into its storage bag without tangling the lines. And here's how I do it. There's a lot of different ways of doing it, but this is what I do is this. Just pull, pull, pull. There, you see it's wanting to inflate because the wind is coming from my right. Like so. Okay, that's one side. And I do the other side. It does not take a mental genius to do this, but it does, as far as I'm concerned anyway, it does take a kind of a system. Notice the outside portion, outside top portion of the chute is on the top of all this folded up thing. Okay, so I grab the bag. I go for the center, that black mark that I told you about earlier. There it is, right there. And then I always like to push the chute back into the storage bag with the leading edge, you know, the air inlet edge, if you will, all bunched up and clustered together. So there we go. Grabbing it. Grabbing it. There. Okay. I grab this. I've tried putting like a ring around this to keep it contained, but I don't know, that's one extra step that I don't think is really necessary. Then, notice this gray thing here. This is the side of the bag that's always up when it's laying on the ground, so that when you dump the chute out on the ground, you make sure that this is up. Okay, and there, now I'm start stuffing. Leading edge, leading edge, leading edge, leading edge. There, you see how easy this is when you have a big bag that's more appropriate. So, oops. I like to keep these lines on top of everything. This is the pain in the ass part of it, where the inflatable outer portion of the wing, the really inflatable outer portion of the wing, stays inflated, annoyingly inflated. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually lay on the bag and just squeeze the air out, but I'm not going to do that since I have this camera on my chest. So there you go. So you see, it's getting dragged in. I guess there's people who would argue that I make too much of a big deal of this, but I don't mind. I push the chute over to that side of the bag as much as I can, and then I grab the leading edges of this side of the chute, and you see everything's getting dragged in there. The worst part of this part of the process is when you land and it's getting dark and the mosquitoes are out and they're attacking you relentlessly and you just want to go home. So I tend sometimes to do this much faster, but I'm taking my time here. There, yeah, this bag is working out much better than the other, so there I'm stuffing it. There we go. Now you flip the bag, and you can grab this cluster, what's remaining of it, and stuff it in there. It's tangled around the camera here, I see. There. There. There we go. There. Oh, geez. I forgot one important step, and that is to put the socks on. Gee. Well, I was in such a hurry to show you how to stuff it in there. I forgot to put the socks on. But it's not too late. There. Geez, that was a dopey thing to do. Who knows? Maybe I've discovered a new and different way to do this. Maybe this might work out better than I thought. Here, there we go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Geez, maybe this isn't such a bad way to do it, you know? Put the socks on last. Usually I put the socks on first. I don't think it much matters. So I may have inadvertently found a more efficient way of doing this. On the other hand, if you put the socks on first, it keeps the chute from filling up with air if the wind has picked up, you know? So I guess I felt more relaxed than I usually do. This zipper is becoming a nuisance. It's got some loose threads that get caught in it. Yeah, this is not bad doing this way. Yeah. Hey, Joe, you may have discovered something here. All right, so now it's time to bring the bag closer, where it's going to be strapped onto the machine. And again, you want to keep these left side lines into the left side of the bag. You don't want to tangle them now. There. Okay, there. There you go in there. There. And then the right side. There we go. There. These buckles can be a nuisance sometimes. They get a little entangled in the shroud lines, but can't be distracted by that. Then clip that there. Clip that there. Grab the bag. It's in its entirety. Put it up on my wheel. Tuck it in here. And then zip it up. What I'm going to do when I zip it up is entrap these lines right in there so they stay where you put them. I usually then squeeze all the air out. Now you see with this gray thing, it's always facing me. Always facing me. Even when I disassemble this, you know, bring it to the back of the machine, lay this on the ground with that gray side up. Okay? So here we have only 2 buckles as opposed to the 3 buckles on the other bag. So it's a little less convenient, but it's okay. Important to remember, as I've learned from experience, keep that bag away from that exhaust manifold. This material melts very easily. I found out, much to my expense and displeasure on my other machine. Never let that happen again. Live and learn. Trying to get this held in place. Yeah, like I say, this is a new configuration for me, so. All right, have it your way. I'll just put 1 up, or maybe I'll put 2 up, but each one in its own little clip. Yeah, because I got an extra clip over here, as I recall. Yes, there we go. These are really cheap. Buy them at Walmart. $1 something a piece. Really pretty inexpensive. And that's it. Except I need to buckle this too. There we go. I usually like to tuck it here so it doesn't shift. Oh, see these? Do not want that. They will possibly get drawn into the prop blast. You do not want that. I think they're okay like that. And that's it. Fini. End of the story. It won't. You don't want the bag to rub on the wheel, because you might wear through the bag and hit the chute. It's away from the exhaust manifolds. No danger of it melting the chute inside the bag. And that's it.